Let's have a chat about homemade dog food. Welcome back to Chatting with Chintzy. I'm Chintzy Barato. If you live on a homestead, there is a myriad of reasons why you need a dog or dogs. In my case, 3.5 dogs. But they can get expensive to feed. So today, I'm going to show you my homemade recipe to make your own dog food at home and hopefully save you some money. Let's get started. And before we get cooking, let's go through the supplies that you're going to need to make this happen. The first thing you're going to need is approximately 5 cups of dried pinto beans. Not 1, but 2 cans of dog food. 1 can of pure pumpkin. I go with whatever's cheapest. 5 cups of dried long grain rice. Get you some powdered turmeric. About how much? Oh, about that much. And to act as an activator for the turmeric, get you some pepper. Go a little easy on the pepper. Dogs ain't much for that. And 1 big old cooking pot. And I highly suggest you go bigger on the pot than you anticipate, because these beans and that rice, kind of like my waistline, will expand. And last but not least, 1 kitchen apron, so you don't mess up your dirty overalls. The very first thing you're going to do is we're going to add the beans to this pot, our dried beans. So let's go ahead and do that. Then you're going to add water, and make sure that water is about 2 inches, even more, above those beans. And then just let it sit for the night. It reduces the utilities that you use in cooking these beans on the stove, and just makes your whole job a lot easier and a lot less time consuming. After we've let our beans soak overnight, we're going to check them, and we're going to add a little bit more water because those beans would have soaked up some of the water. The very next step is turn the stove on high and get it boiling. Make sure you keep enough water on hand because you're going to be adding water. You want to make sure this has the consistency of almost a soup. Not floating in water, but you want to keep it really watery, because when you freeze it, a lot of that water is going to evaporate, and a lot of the beans and rice and the other things we put in there are going to soak up a lot of the water. So keep a good supply of water on hand. So once your water is boiling, give it a good stir so the beans don't stick to the bottom, and cut that joker down to medium so we don't make a mess and overcook our beans. No need to cover these. While we're waiting on those beans to cook, let's talk dollars and cents. Anybody that's known me for more than 13.5 seconds knows that this is prime territory for me. So what I've done is I've broken this down by how much it costs me each day, how much it costs me each week, and I made a simple equation that hopefully everybody can understand. So let me explain. So right here, we have the recipe equals the integer and then right here we have the time by the exponential degree that it takes you to make this times your underwear size minus the time it takes you to put it on. Too easy, right? Oh, for those of you that could not follow along with my basic math, let me break it down to you like this. Feeding my dogs dry kibble alone cost me $1.53 each day. If I give them my homemade dog food, in addition to half dry kibble, because I think a little variety in your food is good from time to time, that cost me $1.07 each day. That is a yearly savings of $437 that I'm saving to feed my dogs. That's almost enough to put your kids through college. That and $7 will get you a one topping pizza at Little Caesars too. Nah? So here we are, an hour and some change later, and I suspect the beans might be just about done. So let's give them a taste test here. So we're just going to grab one. We're going to try it. Just a little bit undercooked, but that's what we're looking for. Now what you're going to do is you're going to add your rice. Once again, that's roughly 5 cups of rice. And then add you some more water. And give it a stir. Let's let that rice get all cooked up, and then we'll add the rest of the stuff. So as I said, we throw the rice in there, we're letting it cook. This is about what you got right here. The rice is not finished, the beans are just a little bit undercooked, but that's right where we want to be. So we're going to keep an eye on that, and I'm guessing about another, I don't know, 20-30 minutes, we're going to check this again. In the meantime, make sure you're adding water, because that rice is going to continue to soak up a bunch of this water. So you can see here, I've got probably about an inch or so of water on top. We're going to want a little bit more. So just keep adding you some water on there. And leave that temperature on medium, and let's let these things cook. It's been roughly 20 minutes, and I've had to add another pitcher of water because that rice soaked it all up. Well, very important, don't forget to add all the water. Now what we're going to do is we are going to add the canned dog food. And once again, it's 2 cans. I used the 22 ounce. We're going to slop that right in there. Now, the reason we add that now, not that we need to cook it, it's already cooked, but this heat and the slight boil will help break this up. Otherwise, you're going to have chunks of dog food all in this. So that's why we do that. Once again, don't forget, keep adding water. Now that we got the canned dog food all mixed in there, now's the time while it's still hot, and we're really done cooking, but we're going to leave some heat on here just to let everything mix up. Again, I've got it on low now. You're going to take your trusty box cutter that you carry around with you because there's like something wrong with you, and you're going to cut that bag open. And we're going to dump about 1/4. Now I got the 2-pound bag here. You're going to put about ½ a pound. They also sell 1-pound bags. You can get one of those for 2 cooks, or just go ahead and get you a 2-pound bag and save you some money. But we're going to dump about 1/4 of this bag in here. And contrary to popular belief, yes, dogs can and do and should eat some vegetables. Now, if you have stuff out of your garden, you can also mince that up and throw that in here too. And on top of that, this is where you add the pumpkin. Pumpkin helps get rid of worms in your dogs. You will hear that pumpkin seeds will do it. Well, guess what? Pumpkin will too. So throw that on in there. Okay, don't throw it. Take your spoon and scoop it out in there. And now, don't forget to stir everything up. You should be good with the water now. If it's not soupy, go ahead and add some more water. Let me pull you up here real quick so you can see what we're working with here. So yeah, it's kind of soupy. There's a little bit of water on top. A lot of that water is going to evaporate, especially once you put this stuff in the freezer. So don't be shy with the water. At this point, we're done cooking this. So we can go ahead and flip the heat off. Save a little more money on the utility bill. Now, we're going to add one final thing. Turmeric is a wonder spice. For us, we should be eating this every day along with garlic. Now, dogs, I've heard both. Dogs can't eat garlic, dogs cannot eat garlic. So just, I'm not going to give it to them just in case, but we can give them turmeric. It's very good for them. It helps with inflammation in the body. This stuff does all kinds of stuff. I put this in everything. It tastes kind of like crushed up rock. It's not particularly flavorful, doesn't really taste bad, but works all kinds of wonders for your body. So go ahead and chunk this in their food too. And this is one you might not have heard. Pepper. Pepper, I don't know if this is just some woo-woo nonsense I heard, but I've heard pepper actually activates turmeric and helps with digestion, because the body has a difficult time digesting turmeric from what I understand. But pepper will activate the turmeric. Very good for dogs. Okay, I think we're about done. If you so choose, you can give it a taste test. I'm not doing it. It don't smell that good. But don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel so we can produce more content for you. And if you have any questions or comments, or even your own recipes for homemade dog food, throw it down in the comments. I'd love to learn, and hopefully you can learn some from me, and we can have a nice little conversation. So what we've covered today is how to make your own homemade dog food using my simple recipe. Give your dogs a little bit of variety. Can you imagine eating the same thing all the time? And also help you save money. So hopefully I'll catch you here next week on Chatting with Chintzy. And don't forget, we were created on purpose, for a purpose. Be your purpose. I'm Chintzy Barato. Out.